This is a Babyzen Yoyo, and today we're going to give some tips on what to look for when buying one of these on the used market. So to start with, you're going to look at the general stability of the chassis itself. This one has been used a lot, and you can see that as I lift it up, the bottom end folds in a bit. Now there's still resistance, so this means that the mechanism is still functioning, but it has worn down a little bit in general. It also means that there's some looseness here on the back end. Majority of the looseness though comes here. So provided there's still resistance, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't buy the stroller, but it might want to factor into the price a little bit. The second area where you want to be sure that there's stability is here on the handle. You want to press a bit, not too much, don't break it while you're looking at it to buy it, but you want to make sure that the handle won't lose its tight position and fall down, because when you have a child in the stroller, there's a bit more weight and so on. Maybe you're going up a hill or something, you're going to need this to be stable. Beyond that, you want to check the specific mechanisms. You want to check that it folds down, of course, and that it folds up, and you want to go and look at the brakes function. You want to rotate the wheels and make sure that the ball bearings are more or less in order. This one, for example, has a very strong sound. That could mean it just needs a little bit of oiling, but still you want to check. If the ball bearings have begun to come apart, you'll notice that there's an incredible wobble going on here. You want to do, of course, the same thing on the front wheels, that they're tight in relation to the ball bearings. If it's a little bit loose, it can also mean that the axle just needs to be screwed in a bit tighter. You also want to check that it's tight here between the fork and the front swivel mechanism. This one again is a little bit loose. This isn't necessarily a major issue, but if you notice that it's a bit loose, take it for a little bit of a spin before you lay some money down. You want to make sure that those front wheels aren't going to develop a wobble if you go too fast. You want to, of course, check the safety buckles. There's a lot of small plastic edges and so on that can break. Make sure that the safety buckles buckle entirely together, that it works fine. That more or less covers the mechanical issues, but when you're haggling over price, it's also important, of course, to look over the textiles. This one, for example, has some small rips. The foam on the handle can also have rips. And there's this handy strap here. This strap, for example, is a bit damaged. You want to make sure it has a strap. If it doesn't, then, get a better price for it. And that the strap functions, that it can connect, that it doesn't look like this. And there's, of course, some extra stuff that usually comes with the Zen, so that you can also use that in order to haggle on the price. So those are our general tips for what to look for when buying one of these on the used market. We hope this video has been helpful. If it has, we ask that you subscribe, as it helps us to continue making videos in the future.